Yo, we are back.
Yeah.
I realized, I look back, it was a month since we done this review stuff, man. So it's been a minute since I've read my books, but I've read this week's books, guys. But yeah, man, we're back. I'm your boy Joker, man. I'm here with my guys, man. My boy Gomez, my West Coast
Yes,
Connect.
sir.
What is up, bro?
Bang, yes, sir. Back at it, getting this thing. So just ready for reviews and shit. So let's get this cover fires.
Simple. All right, I like that, man. And then we got my man Josh Grav, man. What's up, brother?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
It's cover fire.
Cover fire.
There's no fires.
Listen,
fires. There is fires.
It's fires, baby.
Yeah, there's more than one book. It's a cover fire when it's one. You got a few cover fires in there.
Oh man, so yes, guys. Y'all already know we're back in full effect, guys, man.
What books did we read again?
What books?
Yeah.
Then you forgot? Let me see. Let me go back to this shit, man. Hold on real quick. Before my man Josh interrupted the live. But we got you. I got you, Josh. Joshy Washi.
Check DM, brother. Private
chat. We
we
got Detective Comics we're reviewing tonight. We're reviewing Spider-Man Spider Shadows issue 4.
Yeah.
Right? Issue 4.
Yeah,
Joker 5. Sinister War issue number 1.
Yeah.
And Karmen number 5.
Oh, Karmen. That's right.
You didn't read that one?
Yeah, I did.
All right. So we're moving along. There you go. Listen, man. Shit happens. You know what I mean? All right, man. Anyway, man, let's give a shout out to the friends of the show, guys, man. We're going to start off over here with my man, Jose Gonzalez, man. Spidey's Powder Tumblers, man. The luckiest guy on the, raffle game over here, man. Hit him up. Hit up by IG at Spidey's _powder tumblers, guys, to get your custom made powder coated stainless steel tumblers, guys. There you go, baby. Get your knives, coasters, wallets. Man, my man does all, bro.
Get your kniveses.
Yeah.
your knives is his. Your knives is his. Next up, we got my man E-Rod 212, baby, to the stratosphere. Express comic book present. EmW 10, yo, get your 10% off, guys, with the code. Hit him up on IG on E-Rod 212, or hit him up on Express CBP, guys. On email too. ExpressCBP@yahoo.com, guys. Through him, you can send your books through CGC and CBCS. With CGC, you get 10% off with his services, guys. So that's not bad, man. Last but not least, we have Angie at Skeleton Comics, guys. Use the one-off code EmW10, guys. There's also 2 other one-off codes. It's going to be Thoro 10 and New York Warriors. All right, guys. So use those, man. One-off codes here. You can pre-order your books, make a pull list, get your action figures, get your Funko Pops, comic book supplies, et cetera, man. And again, guys, man, we're still working on something with ANS Comics too, man. So hit them up too, man. Give them a follow on IG. If you decide to make a pull list, man, tell them the East Meets West sent you, man. Great dudes, man. That's Broski's LCS on IG.
FOC, baby.
And Comics.
And Comics. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, so that was our friends of the show, man. And real quick, man, let me see what we have in the chat here, man. Let's start off, man. We got GT Key Comic is in the building. Thank you for joining us, man. Comics and Pops from Team Nerdher. Shout out to Team Nerdher, guys. Check them out at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight, guys. They got a mail call with my man J2 Ramirez, a.k.a. Second Josh number 2.
Pop fuck.
All right, so make sure you stop by and say what's up, man. We got Michael Beneventano in the chat there, man. Uncanny Swag, Cold Red Comics, Back Issue Paulie. Appreciate everybody who reposted too on IG. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, man. Yes. We also have Tino73 in the building, Bricks the Iron Geek, Something Wong, Wilbert, and Hawaiian Punch. What up, brother? All right, man. So that's it, man. We got this, man. So we're gonna start off with Mike Morello's, man. We're gonna do cover fire. All right, Josh, cover fire. All right, man. Over here, make sure you check it out on CBSI.com, comicbookinvest.com. You can check out Mike Morello's article there, man, and see what he put up for cover fire for this week. He also will put the list for cover tunes, but we'll cover that on Sunday, guys. So yes, you already know, guys, and tune in tomorrow for the FOC with us, guys, with CBSI. All right. So yeah, man. Let me start off with his picks, and I think I will get this a little faster. Right? I've done this a few times already. All right, there we go, guys. All right, cover fire for Mike Morello, guys. You already know. So first book, we're gonna start off with the least to the winner of the week. All right, guys. This one right here was just a random pick here. I'm gonna read off of his article, guys. Again, guys, let me read just in case. No incentive variants or store exclusive variants are covered in this feature ever. The feature is about cover aesthetics only and has nothing to do with spec. All right, guys. There you go, man. For my Mike Morello, man. We're gonna start off with this one right here. Quick hit, he calls it, man. And this is Barbarella issue number 1. This is something like Broski will read. I don't know, Vampirella or I don't know. Mix.
Barbarella?
No, is that barbed wire? I think that's barbed wire.
Barbed wire and Vampirella crossover. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's from Dynamite Dynamite. So there you go. Cover's done by Danny, guys. And let me read a little bit more, man.
Vinny Barbarella.
Dynamite, baby. Josh's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me read real quick what my man Mike Morello has said, man. He said, admittedly, man, this one is really just for me. I love Danny's style, and this one gives me a Dave Stevens vibe, which I agree. Yeah. I agree on that, which I am in love with, especially for a book like this. Keep in mind there is black and white and sensitive versions of this cover. I also like the Brian Bolin and Lucio Perillo covers for this one. I haven't checked those out, man. None will be worth anything. I just buy what I like. Hey, man, that's the key. That's the key, guys. Collect what you like, guys. Remember that. So yeah, man. Broski, what you think, man?
I'm not a big fan of Barbarella. I know that back in the day they did do kind of like some one-off with what's her name, Pamela Anderson on that shit. So
yeah.
This does have a kind of like a Dave Stevens vibe. I can see that the art is a little bit, but I'll pass if I see this. It's not. There's too much shit out there, but dope ass cover by Danny. I agree on that.
There you go, man. And Josh, what you say, man?
It's all right.
It's all right. It's all
Yeah,
right. It's all right. Damn, I only see.
I like the art is the title isn't really. You know, I feel like they just kind of threw that on there.
I agree. I do like the cover. It gives me a nice little gives me a vibe of I don't know why. It's not his art, but it gives me like one of those Aces Shield type cover from the Silver Age, what's his name, man? Jim Steranko. Give me that type of vibe. The background at least, you know what I mean? But yeah. I like it. Nothing I will collect, but cool to see, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on from this one, from the quick hit, man, to the stiff competition, man. Stiff competition is gonna be Scream number 1, guys, from Marvel, cover done by Scan. This right here is a pretty dope cover, man. I'm liking it. You know what I mean? So let me read what he puts this down, man. This is a bonkers cover, and it would have gotten the nod for the win had this kneeling Spidey symbiote stance thing not been done to death on a billion other covers. Great fluidity of line, excellent color, and impeccable detail, along with excellent depth and composition, makes this one worth checking out. Even though I'm also sick of symbiote spin-offs, man. Guys, what do y'all think?
Hey, highlight X's comment real quick.
This right here.
Never ever heard of Barbarella. You see that? That's awesome. But going back to Scan, I didn't pick any of these screams, man. They didn't shout enough for me to get the book, but the art is pretty clean. I see that much, but there's too much stuff out there. But dope ass art. But it didn't scream loud enough for me to purchase it.
Okay, well, I got you, man. Josh, what'd you say?
Oh, I got a couple things to say.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
It's not as good as Jeff Johnson's work.
From the New York Warriors?
Yeah, from the New York Warriors and all these. I hear this book is actually a pretty good read. I wasn't going to pick these all up until I found out that, you know, these were actually part of the whole story and not just kind of like tie-ins.
Uh-huh.
I have really no interest in Scream whatsoever. But what did Mike say about this kneeling pose has been done 1,000 times?
Yeah. He said, let me go back here. He says, this is a bonkers covers, and it would have gotten the nod for the win had this kneeling Spidey symbiote stance thing not been done to death on a billion other covers.
Black Widow did that.
Look, totally agree with that statement. However, this coming from the guy who puts on every single one of his lists the same either Red Sonja or Vampirella freaking cover every single time.
Well, funny that you say that. You know,
yeah, of course, because this guy's getting paid by Dynamite.
Oh man, but nonetheless, man, I do like this cover. This cover's freaking dope, man. And Scan, I think he said like he has. I haven't seen one bad cover from Scan.
Yeah,
No, they've all been good
on
at least on this Extreme Carnage run.
Yeah. So
so that's dope artist.
That's our stiff competition. Let me see. And our first runner up right here is gonna be Red Sonja, guys. Red Sonja right here, man.
Jeez, we haven't seen this pose 1,000 times.
Thank you, Selena.
Yes, definitely, man. Here we got the Invincibles on Red Sonja. Red Sanja, if you Broski, number 3.
Yeah.
I think Broski wants to say Sancha. That's what it is. Sancha, right? So, yo, there you go.
Never watched. I'm good.
So there you go with this dope ass cover from Selena, man. And let me read a little bit what Mike Morello has said, man. If you read my cover tunes feature on Selena, then you already know that I am a gargantuan fanboy of her detailed style that is
there you go,
almost
Josh.
photorealism. This title is a perfect launching point for her foray into comics. Be mindful for her Barbarella number 3. Okay, that comes out September 2. I cannot say enough about how exquisite I think her work is. So yeah, guys, man. Josh, what you gotta say, Josh?
Well, I actually do like it.
It is nice.
It's one of the prettier Red Sonja covers because usually they get those nasty models, or the ones that are drawn. The faces they're not really done right. This one's pretty dope, I gotta say. That being said, it's still Red Sonja and it's still Dynamite, so can't give it too much credit.
Entertainment, baby.
And like I said, Mike can't do one of these lists without putting Red Sonja on here. He can't do it. It's like impossible.
He's sucking for redheads, bro.
I was about to say, I think he has a thing for redheads, probably. You never know, man.
But you know what? When I seen this, reminds me of Willow. That chick from Willow.
Okay.
You ever seen the movie Willow?
Yeah, I've seen the movie Willow, but it doesn't remind me of Willow.
She's a redhead.
Okay. I mean, broski, man, Red Sonja is your thing, man. And Selena is a dope ass artist. I seen the article that my man Mike Morello, I think it was like a month ago, he posted on CBSI.
Yep.
If you want to go back, check it out on Cover Tunes. So yes, man, nice up and coming artist there, man.
Turn the page, wash your hands.
yeah, Josh likes some red. I think he does. Yeah, I think he does. Or he likes the artwork. Hey, listen, man, I like the artwork too, man. It's nice. It's nice, man. All right, so we're gonna move on from the first stiff runners up to the next run up, and it's going to be, to me, I think it should have been the winner of the week from all of these books. It's gonna be Detective Comics 1039, man, cover done by Lee Bermejo, guys, from DC Comics. Beautiful, you already know, man. I'm a big Bermejo fan. I just love how he does even though to Josh he's repetitive. You know what I mean? But this cover right here.
Not really in this cover.
Yeah. So let me read this, man. Let me read what Mike Morello's put this, man. He put the background alone makes this and Bermejo style and incredibly unique use of light, shadow, and detail. Send it over the top. Honestly, no one does fire like Lee. I mean, I agree because look at the Silver Surfer cover. Remember the Silver Surfer cover he did a couple months ago?
That was bad.
That was badass, man. Let me see. Just like the intricacies of the gargoyle alone are worth a second look. If moths weren't such a gorgeous piece of artwork this week, it would have been. There you go. He announces the winner of the week to this one. This one right here is the winner of the week for me, man. I think this one was better than his winner, which was, by the way, man. If let me see what you guys think about this cover. What you think, Broski?
No, I think we talked about this earlier. I just think this one's dope ass the way he did it, and it has meaning for the book. If you've not read Detective 1039, it kind of makes sense with the art. So there's a lot of comics that have photo or like covers that don't have no sense of the storyline. So this one has dope ass colors. I have to believe that the cape is burning through the flames too as well. So dope. He did dope ass art.
Facts. Josh.
I like it. It reminds me of a shot from Arkham City, the game. I know exactly the area it is too. It looks almost identical to it. It's actually really weird. I like it. Still wish Lee Bermejo would use some other colors. Instead of just always using gold, orange, yellow, and black.
Give that like copper effect, right?
Yeah.
But my man kills it though, nonetheless. So yeah, we all agree. We like it. We're gonna move on to the winner of the week. Again, this is my winner, guys. Right? We're gonna go with Moths right here. Moths number 2, and this is the winner of the week for my man Mike Morello from AEW Upshot. And we have a cover done by Mike Choi.
AEW is the wrestling promotion.
AWA, excuse me. Good call there, Josh.
Yeah.
Then we
got promotion. Shout out to AEW.
All right, there you go, man. So here he puts down Mike Choi. Where you been, man? I adore this cover, and it is a thing of beauty. I know nothing about this title, but I love the AWA model. So it's probably pretty decent. This cover may get me to pick it up and read it. Gorgeous layering, tasteful lighting, and color palette. A nonce layout, bold but limited use of shadow, and fantastic use of space makes this the standout of the week for him. Guys, this is a dope cover. It is a dope cover, but to me, I feel like Detective Comics 1039 was better. Nice painting cover here. Gives me a vibe of a Sienkiewicz type thing. So, Broski, what you think?
Yeah, it's dope. Like the background painting. I forgot what the guy David Mack too. It's another thing that David in the Mack. Background it gives me a David Mack vibe. I was dope. I seen it on the. I didn't grab it. I thought it was good, but like I'm with you as a runner-up. I think Lee Bermejo's Detective 1039 was better in my opinion. But still, for a regular cover, this is dope. This could be something that could be an incentive in the beginning, in a way too as well for the Moss number 2. So it's dope. I agree with the two at the same time. It's right there.
Okay. And my man Josh, what you say?
Nope. Worst one of the 5, in my opinion. The Red Sonja cover is 10 times better than this cover.
I mean, we agree that we did like the Red Sonja. So Sanja, we like the Red Sonja cover. But yeah, man. So I mean, I guess that, the Red Sonja was your cover of the week. Well, the winner of the week, Josh.
Out of all those covers?
Yes, out of all these 5 covers.
What was the first one again?
The first one was the Barbarella.
Barbarella, your favorite.
Yeah,
bro.
but out of those 5 covers, yeah, I would have to say Red Sonja. Yeah.
Red Sonja.
Yeah.
So
Mama.
And Broski picks Tech Comics. I picked Tech Comics too.
Yeah, I picked 1039.
Yes, man. And my man Mike Morello right here with the cover of the week, man. It's gonna be Mike Choi there for Cover Fire, guys. And you already know, man. Check out Mike Morello again, guys. His article at check out everybody's article over here at CBSI ComicBookInvest.com, guys.
Yeah, some good stuff there.
Pretty dope stuff. Awesome.
They even have like a Spawn top 10, like I guess the 10 books that you could be dope to know knowledge if you don't know anything about Spawn. Pick them up because they're trying to heat up too.
Yeah, definitely, man. All right, so let's move on, man, and let's talk about some books, man. Let's talk about what we read this week, man. Let me just move that over.
The Rainbow Time, baby.
Reading Rainbow. All right, share my screen, and there we go. All right. These are the 5 books we're going to review, guys. Again, Tech Comics 1039. We got Spider-Man, Spider Shadow. I think is issue number 4. I think it is
4 or 5, yeah.
Joker 5, Sinister Warren 1, and the conclusion of Karmen number 5, issue number 5,
which came out last week. But
which came out last week. But we wanted to cover it because we've been covering it since issue 1, and that'll be the first book we're going to cover. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I read this. I think it was during the weekend, so I'm kind of like a little bit like I kind of forget a little bit what I've read. But let Brosi, you start this off, man. I know you read this today, right? So you're fresh.
I read this, I believe yesterday, but I can still talk about it.
Right.
So the fact that they're in the background, they're talking with Karmen's adversaries or something like that about what she's doing, and they think that she's doing everything all wrong, which is trying to help this person come back to life because of the errors that they have. So giving her opinions of reasons of why to come back to life because of what she did the previous, which she killed herself in the bathroom. What's her name? Top of my head, I forgot her name, but
Catalina.
She ends up killing her. So the whole she's in the spirit realm and the orbs and all that stuff, and so they figure out the adversaries of whatever what Karmen's doing is actually the right thing, not the wrong thing. This whole time they're trying to push him to go to the light, but also try to make sure that that what they want is go to light, or they have remorse. And it's a pretty interesting story because it's like in a spirit realm. And me and my wife, we kind of like haunted type shit. We like to watch that stuff, and like watching a bunch of like the orbs and all that shit. Pay attention, like TV stuff. So this kind of reminds me of like what happens after life and what's going on. And you can see there's a page where you can see everybody going to the light, and Catalina, she's figured out about what's called the guy that she Cisco, where she really likes him and he likes her, but I don't know, for some reason when you go back into the light, just like anything, it just feels she forgets all of what's happening during the process of her figuring out that Cisco likes her. Yeah, and she'll remember that because when she comes back to the normal world, which ends up happening because of the electricity or something like that, like they had like the right.
The power went down to the building.
Yeah. So it was a great story. I had a feeling she would come back, just by reading the story, but to find out through the whole process of the reasons why she did and what she did was a mistake, kind of gives, like I think we talked about before, is life. Don't take life for granted. There's always something out there that you can that just because you feel down or whatever, give it time, things will get better. And that's basically what I think, like a message is showing. Just because of one incident or certain things, best to just wait it out, talk it out with somebody, and things eventually get better in life. And if not, then there's always somebody there that eventually will talk to you, friend or anybody, to get you out of what you think is you're going to commit suicide or something. So it's kind of like a message out there, which made sense to me.
Okay. And Josh?
Yeah, I like the way it ended. I usually I would want to see like something other than what I would want to see happen at the end, but I really did want her to come back to life. I felt like issues 1 through 4 were very well written, and I feel like this one, while it was still well written, was a little bit jumbled, especially in the first half of it. Like things just kind of getting thrown together very rapidly. Kind of, it almost felt like to wrap this story up really quick. A little bit off with the pacing for me, but it's a really good story. I mean, it's like Gomez says, a lot of life lessons in this book. I was thinking back and I'm like, why did this girl even try to attempt suicide again? Like, there's no like ever
real
like
reason, right?
real reason that she did, like she's always been friends with Cisco. Yeah, she likes him, but like, it's not like, oh, he just got a new girlfriend, so she slit her wrists or something like that. Like, he was already dating some girl. But it was just neat to see her, like, even though she can't remember what happened to her when she was, kind of in limbo.
Yeah.
She still remembers to a certain degree, like little glimpses of things. Yeah. Like, like the guy that got hit by the car and the wedding ring falling into the sewer. She remembers the ring or the sewer grate, but she doesn't know why she remembers it. And, they pull out the ring to give to the girlfriend that he was going to propose to and things like that. But it was really good. It was really good.
I agree.
Normally, I think, like, if I didn't have such an attachment to this story, I think it would have been also cool to see her move on. And I think it would have also taught a very valuable lesson as well. Like, taking your life or a life is a very serious thing. And, you don't get to come back from that. And these are the ramifications of making those choices. So it would have been also, I think, a good enough ending if she didn't come back. But, it was nice to see her come back.
Yeah, I mean, talking about that, in the beginning, like you say, was jumbled or whatever, when the entities were talking, because that's what I could call them, because I really don't know what they are, you know what I mean? Yeah. When they were talking, and they were talking about Karmen, how she, made Catalina, like, basically Catalina could come back to life or whatever. She wasn't going to come back. She was going to be reincarnated at first, right? And then things switched up. that she ended up coming back to life, you know, reviving herself if the power was shut off and stuff like that, you know, because she was electrocuted, right, with the hairdryer that fell in the tub or whatever. So yeah, man, like you said, it was a little jumbled a little bit. I wish they explained a little bit more about these entities in the beginning, a little bit earlier, you know what I mean, so we can understand a little bit more.
You also got to think too that like this whole series played out like maybe in a matter of about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, like 10 actual seconds.
Yeah.
Because, you know, for the hair dryer to fall into the tub, how she didn't get electrocuted, I don't know. Or maybe it shocked her heart back into, you know,
something. Who knows? I don't know. But nonetheless, man, Jillian March did a good job here, man.
Yeah.
You know, I could see him writing another book, and you know, I'm cool with that.
Book he ever wrote?
I think it is.
If it is, it's a very good first,
start.
You know, attempt.
Yeah.
Very nice.
There you go, man. So kudos to my man Jillian March, man, on this one here. Art again was awesome. Covers were dope on this one. So yes, man. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next book, man. Next book is going to be, I think, is a DC book or is a Marvel. Sinister War #1, guys. Story done by Nick Spencer, covered by Brian Hitch, and the interior arts by Mark Bagley, guys. Mark Bagley, yes, guys. That Mark Bagley. And yo, Josh, man, start us off with this one here because this one here kind of like it kind of branches out of Amazing Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, out of Amazing Spider-Man, out of the annuals, out of the giant size. It's definitely I'll tell you this, like if you haven't been reading all these stories, you're never going to be able to follow this. Even reading all these stories, it's in a way kind of not hard to follow, but like there's certain pieces of this book where it's like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like there's just too much going on here.
Yes, I agree.
You know, you've got Mary Jane and Peter going to Mary Jane's movie premiere.
Yeah.
Who the director is Quentin Beck, Mysterio, but Mary Jane knows that it's Quentin Beck, but Peter doesn't know, and somehow Mephisto is involved in this, and I think this is even tying all the way back to what was the run where Peter makes the deal with Mephisto? One More Day? Is that what it is?
I think it is One More Day.
Where, you know, his everyone's memory is erased. You know, no one knows that he's Spider-Man. Him and Mary Jane were never married, but he's getting ready to propose to her again. And then all of a sudden, in come the Savage Six, and then they're going after Mysterio because I guess maybe in some sort of previous issue at some point, like when they were filming this movie, like Mysterio based it off of Craven and didn't like, you know, I guess there was some creative conflict or something
yeah,
between Vulture and Mysterio. So then in comes the Sinister Six.
Mm-hmm.
And you still don't really know what their motivations are exactly, except they're working for Doc Ock, who's kind of working for Kindred.
Mm-hmm.
Which the interesting thing is did you guys read ASM 70 or 71? I forget which one it is.
No.
Where we find out that it seems to be that Kindred is not Harry Osborn.
You told us about that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here you see that a little bit of that. You see the corpse, right? Am I bugging, or is it? What is it, Harry?
Yeah. I don't know, but like, is it really Harry? I don't know because Harry's in a prison cell.
Yeah.
Right now, so who knows what the fuck is going on? Like, there's just way too like there's pieces of these stories that are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's just way too much going on. You know, both in the story and in the art. Like, I've said this a bunch of times, like, the best comic book artists are the ones that you can flip open this book and basically piece this story together without needing any words. There is no way that you could even figure out what this story is about without words, and even with words, it's kind of hard to
understand it.
Yeah, to understand. That being said, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't my favorite read.
Yeah,
It was not my favorite read of this one out of the 5 books that I read. I felt it was. I didn't understand the thing between Doctor Strange and Mephisto. I don't know. Maybe I have to go back to ASM to understand what's going on that. I don't know, but I did like the battle scenes between these villains. That was cool. That was cool, man. So yeah, man, this one right here was my least favorite book.
See, that's what I'm tired of seeing is these battle scenes. It's like, dude, you cannot just entertain me with like this cool battle scene.
Right?
Give me a story.
Yes.
It's a book. You know?
It's just Spencer. That's what it is, man. And like my man Taylor Winder said, man, he can't wait till say, listen, man, everybody, we all waiting. We all waiting for that day to come.
Yeah, but we might have gotten something even worse, wishing for him to come off. Because now we're gonna get 5 new writers on a run with Ben Reilly.
True that. You're right.
So,
well, we'll see, man. We'll see. You never know. Maybe I have faith.
But
I have faith.
It does end. Mysterio takes Mary Jane out of the whole fight and brings her somewhere, and he seems to know something. He says, I forget what he says to Peter at the end, basically like hinting back toward, the devil always gets his due.
Yeah.
Meaning like Mysterio is still owed something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's interesting pieces to this story, and it seems like every 3 books that Spencer writes is pretty good, and then the other 2 are just like, what the hell's going on here, man?
Yeah, he said Nick Spencer run sounds like a shit show. He has his moments. I tell you that though, man. All May is kindred.
Yep.
Oh shit. All right, so we're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on from Sinister War number 1, guys. All right, to Joker number 5, guys. Story done. You already know by James.
No, it wasn't.
Tiny number the Quattro.
It wasn't.
What?
The story was not written by him.
It wasn't written by him. No.
Nope.
Okay. The cover is done by Johnny March. I'll tell you that.
Right. But
I noticed the art inside was different from Francavilla. So
right.
Yeah.
No, the art. Hang on.
Yeah, the artist.
Where the hell is it? Dude, when I started reading this, I'm like, wait a minute, what book am I reading?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have to say one thing. The second story on this book, didn't like it.
Yo, both stories.
Yeah.
Where the hell?
This story.
Oh, that was both. It was 2 writers, Matthew Rosenberg and James Tinian.
Yeah, like Tinian, obviously gave him like, hey, look, this is where the story is going.
Yeah.
Like like the broad strokes, but the other guy wrote it, and then
Francavilla did the art inside this. Yeah, which we know him doing covers and stuff. So yes, Ben. Go ahead, Josh. I mean, I know you got stuff to say. I know you why you. I want to know why you disliked it.
Dude, I don't know. I don't understand what the point of this book was. Like to show like the first time Gordon ever arrests Joker and what he needs to do to throw him in Arkham. Like, okay, that could be done. That could be told in like 2 panels. Like this was solely to give Tinian like a break because he's probably working on so many things. Like, okay, we're just gonna break this up real quick. We're gonna change the art up. Just that way we could say it's like a flashback scene or whatever. I didn't mind the art so much, but it doesn't fit in this.
It doesn't fit. Yes, I agree.
And then, the backup story, the punchline. I mean, literally, the entire Joker part of this book is Gordon sitting in Arkham. Just watching Joker sell. And then, the whole conversation that he has with the Sampson family about, hey, we need to use the cell that, your family bought for your brother who's, a maniac cannibal, and we need to move him for a while so we can put Joker in this cell, which obviously is going to show us how the Sampson family gets involved in this, story. But just yo, this book was terrible in my opinion.
I mean, it wasn't my favorite out of all the issues, man. I feel like this book here, I've been saying it, man. Like, this is a Gordon book, you know what I mean? I feel like the title was wrong for this, you know what I mean? Definitely, but at the same time, you couldn't call it Gordon or Jim Gordon or whatever the case is. But you know, like Josh said, the art was good, it was okay, but it just didn't fit for the story because you need to like I always say about Nottingham, you know what I mean? The art and the story fits beautiful, you know what I mean? And this one didn't fit for me. But yeah, man, this one right here, and am I bugging that Jim Gordon's always talking about Chicago? When he was in Chicago and his partner and this is and that. And honestly speaking, man, this one right here was a miss for me, unfortunately, man, because I've been enjoying Joker from 1 through 4, but this one right here just dropped the ball on this one, man.
I think for 6, it goes back to the normal Joker.
Okay, all right, Broski, what you think, man?
I think this was just a filler story, but it just perceives of Gordon showing that Gordon, which, you know, with Joker, is the fact that he's so tight with Joker, just like Bruce Wayne is. So he kind of put him in that category where Bruce Wayne's over obsessed with Joker and doing all this stuff. So kind of like he spends so much time trying to make sure Joker don't do shit. Shit happens regardless, and he ends up missing his anniversary with his wife. And doing so is because he puts his work in front of everything. So it was one of those stories where, you know, Jim Gordon does that. He's all about his work and forgets about everything else. And that's what, you know, a lot of times with jobs, you tend to lose your loved ones, just the fact that you're trying to deal with something. So it was a shitty story, but had a little bit of meaning towards what was going on with his life. But that's all. That's it. Nothing crazy. The like you guys said, the cover does not do its justice.
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess you can have one shitty book, right? You know,
and the backup story, it's like
that was bad.
Yeah, was another one that like the backup story in Joker has been good so far, and this one just took a right turn off the bridge.
Yeah,
like why is Harper going to her father about trying to get into a women's prison, and how would her father is in a male prison? How would he know what's going on in the female prison? Yeah, no, I know there's the whole prison underworld and whatnot. It's just bad plot holes, sort of. You know, and like at the end of the book, like I couldn't tell, like when, you know, because Punchline's now in charge of everything, and I hope Punchline gets out of jail soon. Where she's saying, hey, no one would think of getting in your way. Like one of the prisoners is telling Punchline, and Punchline says, no, not everyone. And then it's this one. Here, let me show it.
Hold on. I got you, bro. I got you. Damn.
It's this one page shot of her saying, find me Kelly Ness. Who the fuck is Kelly Ness?
Well,
I don't know who that is.
We'll find out.
Now, maybe it's someone that I just don't know about, but like I was thinking, is that Harper? Is that Bluebird like undercover? Because she's trying to get into jail. Yeah.
And shout out to my man Rudy, man. Make sure you drive safe, brother. All right. Shout out to all there, man. And he said,
let me know if they've ever mentioned Kelly Ness before.
There you go. Let us know in the chat, man. Lord Chucks, man. He said Punchline cover is fuego. That Punchline cover is dope. That shit is dope. It is. Let me see. Oh man, all work no play makes Gordon a terrible husband. There you go, man. All right, so we're gonna move on from the Joker issue number 5 to let me just move. To Spider-Man, man. Spider-Man, Spider Shadow issue number 4. Story by Zdarsky. All right, which is a good change in Spider-Man on storytelling. Phil Noto's doing the cover. I like this cover. You know, I know Josh isn't a big fan of these 8 covers from Spider Shadows.
I'll tell you this. This was the cover that I liked the most in this series, and this is the story that I liked the least.
Okay. And then art by Pasquale Ferry. My man Josh, I mean, you said you disliked it.
Go ahead.
Nah, I found this book, this issue here. I found it okay. I found it all right. I found it better than Sinister War. I tell you that. It's just Sinister War didn't do anything for me.
I didn't read that shit.
I guess you know ahead what was going on with that one, broski, man. You read this one, broski?
Yes, I did.
What you think of this one, broski?
The art is Fairy's art. My God, man, when he did the beard, he just fucking sloppy that shit. And what the fuck was I looking at? It's like, does he have a beard or did he fuck up on the fucking drawing? I don't know. I understand the story, the situation of it, and the fact that you got the Avengers and you got all this shit happening. It's a clusterfuck. You know, yes. It's just shit scattered everywhere. Okay, where did these fucking Marvel heroes come from? All of a sudden, you got Fantastic Four involved. It's like you got them. Then you got Human Torch. That guy, whatever. I can't butcher his fucking name, but I'll just call him Torch. Fuck it. It's like he ends up blaming Spider-Man, Peter Parker, for that shit when it's not really entirely his own fault. What's happening to things? So it's like, I don't know. It just shit everywhere. It's a story that doesn't need to be told, but it is what if, I believe. I don't know, but it's just. I like the beginning how it showed how he killed all these guys. Now it feels like it's just everything's getting. It's almost like if you tell me about how Sinister War was, this looks like it's almost the same identical way of shit just happening everywhere. That's just my opinion. I didn't like this story. I like the first three a little bit way better, and I'm with Josh on that instead of when I read this one.
Okay. And Josh?
Yeah, I agree with just about everything you said. I actually like the whole Peter with a beard. But other than that, the art is like, it's real hit or miss in this book.
More misses.
Yeah, like, when somehow like all the Marvel heroes outside are infected with the symbiote, but they don't look like they're infected with the symbiote. It's you know what this book is? It's almost like King Black in a way. Where or like Venom, where they all get infected by the symbiote. It's like, did you guys not realize that you kind of already told this story, like not too long ago too? Like, the first 3 issues were pretty good, but like, why did you feel the need to have to bring in all these heroes who are just magically all here now? This story just served no purpose. Like, I don't even know what the purpose of this issue was.
MJ.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Dude, I've said this from the start of the series. Who is the art? Pasquale Ferry? Yo, this dude can't draw MJ for fucking shit.
Yeah, I agree on that.
It's fucked up mirror.
I like how he draws Peter, though. I like how he draws Peter, like all like gritty and kind of how we never seen him before. But I don't know who
MJ's daughter.
I mean, listen, man. The way it ends, basically, hopefully, I don't know how long this series is going for.
One more.
Right, so we got one more issue for this one, and the way it ended, and basically almost all superheroes are now is infected with the symbiotes. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens in the conclusion of Shadows, of Spider Shadows, man. With the what if of Spider-Man had the symbiote guys. I have faith, man. We'll see, man, because those Starsky's are
ain't gonna be no Karmen faith.
I no Karmen faith. We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know, for some reason I did enjoy Human Torch's character in this one. He was a little whiny in the beginning or whatever, but he got over that, and I like the art that he did with Human Torch. My man Pasquale Ferry. And yeah, man, that's all I gotta say, man. But I agree with you guys, man. It wasn't the best out of all 4 issues of this Spider Shadow.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see, man, how they conclude this shit. All right, last book we're gonna review, man, is gonna be Detective Comics 1039, guys. 1039. And Detective Comics, man, you already know, man. We've been talking about it. Story written by Mariko Tamaki, and then the cover done by Dan Mora, and the interiors is done by Victor Bogdanovich. All right, guys. Yeah. So yeah, man, I've been enjoying Tech Comics. This one here, we got to see a little bit of the origins. Well, we got to see the origins of Vile, right, guys? Yeah. So this is kind of a key, guys, if you're into the Batman villains and stuff like that. So this is somewhat of a key, guys. Guys, what do you guys think about this one, man? This one right here, it was okay for me. It was all right. Bro, what you think, Josh? Go ahead. You start, Josh.
Maybe this was just an off week, but like, I've liked Detective lately. I didn't think this was that strong of an issue either.
It wasn't strong, no. Wasn't bad though. Wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I just flipped through the backup story because, it seems like all these issues this week are just telling like filler stories. Like, other than the fact that you get to see how Vile becomes Vile, which is kind of weird because it's like, well, this kid goes to the hospital to get treated for this, alien looking thing inside him, and they just kind of are like, well, he just kind of escaped, but whatever. Like it doesn't really get out, but I guess that's kind of comics, whatever. But Huntress is infected now. I'm trying to remember. I read this a week ago now at this point.
Huntress is infected. I mean, that's the way it ended. You know what I mean?
It was a finale book, and the way it ended was kind of like you expected more. And you got Mr. What's his name?
And I do it like Josh been saying. I've been saying Mr. Worth, good character. That part. I wish they focus more about Batman and Mr. Worth more than Vile or whatever his name, Hugh Vile.
Hugh Vile, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like this was just a filler, man. You know what I mean? For that character, for Vile over here.
The thing is too is they gotta stop with these backup stories, and now it's multiple backup stories. In like every single DC book, and it's like, why? Why can't you just tell a full, complete story? It's fine to do here and there. It works, but why do we have to have 2 or 3 stories in every book now that DC does?
That's true. That is true. Yeah. You got Robin that does backup stories on that one, backup stories in this one, the one we
There's backup stories in Joker. There's backup stories in Batman. I'm sure there's backup stories in every book now.
Backup claim.
It started with Future State. With 2 or 3 backup stories apiece. And now it's like, no, you know what? There's no backup story in Second Son, the new Batman book. There's no backup story in that.
Okay, well, I don't know, man. But yeah, guys, let's start off grading these books. How about that? That should be interesting.
Bad week.
Yeah, it was a weak. But yeah, man. Let's go off with this one here, man. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna give this one a 7. I'm gonna give this one a 7, guys. Just because the fact of the origins of Vile, how effective he's gonna be in the story plot of Detective Comics later on. We don't know where they're going with this one, so yeah, man. But I want more Mr. Worth. I've been enjoying that. My man wants Batman. He wants him dead, and let's give him Batman. You know what I mean?
What did you give it?
I give it a 7.
I give it a 7.5, only because it could be a potential key in the future.
That's the only reason why too. Yep.
Hugh Vile, but and this story kind of led me with a cliffhanger at the end. Okay, now at the end, Batman says, I'm gonna turn myself in and go to jail. What the fuck? It's like okay, after all this is going on, now you're gonna turn yourself in. It's like, come on, and it finishes right there. I'm like, that's the only reason why I wasn't a strong read. And I think I agree with Josh. None of these reads were really strong potential art wise. Every single book had some issue. In this book, I give it a 7.5.
And Josh, what you give it?
I give it a 5.5. I thought this was a very weak story. In a run of detective now since about 1029 that has been
good,
pretty good.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. But the only reason why I give this one a fair grade is because of
your name is Mike Martinez and you can't grade anything harshly.
Now, like I said, it has potential to be something with the origin of the Hugh Vile character. Who knows?
Government.
For the government.
But this is about the read, not about what this book could be.
It can be reading, bro. It can be reading. It wasn't a bad read. It wasn't a good read, like we said, man. So I give it a 7. A 7 is a 7, bro.
It's not great.
It's all right. That's what that is. A 7, right?
But not great.
5 is kind of like saying, yeah, this shit is trash.
Okay, perfect example.
Now that's perfect example. 5 right there.
ASM 5, the true ASM number 5, the Doctor Doom fucking book. Yo, reading that book, I'd give that book like a 3. But it's an iconic book.
Cover, yeah, at that, yeah. We're going with this one. Josh, what you give it?
Oh my god, I give this book a 2.5.
A 3?
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah, all right. No explanation needed, I guess.
No, terrible.
All right, Broski.
Yeah, I'm like right there, 5-0. 5-0. It's not a great book. It's shitty ass art. Cover doesn't do justice. You think it's gonna be a dope ass art when you flip the page from the cover and it's straight fucking hosh-posh. So
this is the first time I'm seriously disappointed in Chip Zdarsky. His stuff is good at worst, usually.
Decent. Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Broski on this one. I'll give it a 5. You said 5 or 5.5? Because I give it a 5. All right, so then I'm going with this one with a 5, man. The art, I know y'all like that scruffy look with Parker. I don't know. The interior art wasn't doing it for me. Phil Noto's cover finally doing something right. You know what I mean? With this cover, with this one, man, and Zdarsky, man, let's see how you gonna finish this, man. You gotta capitalize, brother. Capitalize. Let's go. So yeah, man, 5 on this one. Next one we're gonna do is Joker, man, and Broski's away. I was gonna let him go first, but I'll go first on this one. This one here, man, I'm gonna go with a 5 also, man. This one here was sad for me, man. It's just I didn't, I didn't want to grade it that low, but it is what it is. It's gonna be a 5, man. Like I said, the art was good. It just didn't fit for this issue or for this Joker. Period. I don't think. Cover is awesome. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm gonna give this one a 5. I'm Josh. What you give it?
I give it a 4.
4?
And I'm being really generous on that because I want to go even lower than that. If I probably would have given it a higher grade had it not been part of this series and expectations already where they are, both story and art.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
with I'll give it a 5. It would have been maybe a grade higher or maybe a point grade higher if the second story was better. You know what I mean? But it wasn't. It was trash. It was garbage. So it's getting a 5. All right. Broski, I guess he'll tell you his grade later. Sinister War 1. Josh, what'd you give this one? Whatever. I mean, go ahead.
I'm going to give it a 6 only because of how it ended. And again, there's parts in this story that, are entertaining and kind of leave you wanting more. But then there's other parts that are just like, oh my God, hurry up and end this, So I'll give it a 6.
All right, you're gonna give it a 6? Yo, I'm gonna give this one a 5.5. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 5.5. Fuck it. I'm gonna give it a 5.5. The only reason why I give it such a high grade is because Mark Bagley's art. Mark Bagley's art inside was awesome. I enjoyed it. It was dope. That's the only reason why. That's it. Just because of the art. I'm simply giving it good things about the art, and story wasn't really clicking with me. Wasn't feeling it at all, bro. Yeah. So that's what I give it. Yo, what's going on, people in the chat, man? Thank you for joining us again, man. And let us know. My man says he said a 5. All right. Let's see, Lord Chucks. No, he got a 5, so I give it a 5.5. Just alone, the interior arts from Mark Bagley is pretty fucking badass, and this one is dope. Yeah, that's the only reason why I give it that. If it wasn't for Mark Bagley, this shit would have been trash, bro.
Glad I didn't read that shit.
All right. We're gonna move on to the last book, and it's gonna be Karmen, guys. We're gonna go off with Broski. Broski, what you give this one?
Oh, I give that shit a motherfucking 9. Baby.
Yeah,
okay. Was off the Richter scale. I liked it though. 1 through 5. Gave it good meaning. Dope ass interior art. Gillian March, hats off to you, brother. You did a good job on this book. This is a must read for anybody. I would give somebody they read that book and tell me what you think. But like to see what their opinion based on it in the future. So yeah, 9-0, baby.
There you go, man. All right, Josh. What you give it?
I also give it a 9-0, and I'd give the series an overall probably a 9-2. Very, very, very well done, especially if it's his first series ever. We've said it a couple times. I think he might be drawing on some sort of personal thing that either
Experience
directly happened to him or indirectly happened to him, but it seems like a very personal book for him. It's a very good book, or series, and book. I kind of wish maybe it continued on, but I also like the fact that it's a very self-contained, short 5-issue run.
Yeah.
The only real gripe that I had with this series is I wasn't a fan really of any of the covers.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else you could have done, for this.
I kind of, believe it or not, I enjoyed the covers, but it was too similar. Everything was similar. That's my only gripe. That's it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with you. I'm giving it a 9. This issue a 9 overall, 1 through 5. I'm gonna give it a 9.4. I really enjoyed everything that Jillian March brought to this table, man. For being his first story, if it is his first story that he's written, man, I thought it was pretty dope, pretty good. Could the ending be better? Yes, you know what I mean. Of the conclusion of Karmen, but it wasn't bad. It was good. It was good. You know what I mean. Like I said, man. Overall, man, art, writing, covers. They were awesome, man. They were good.
I can tell you, just sometimes comics are great. What can you say?
I enjoyed this book a lot, man. So overall, the series, I'm giving it a 9.4, man. That's what I give it, and that's it.
It just goes to show that independent books are just the best books right now. I mean, DC are usually pretty good too, but Marvel, for the most part, is just not good. And that's sad. I don't know if you guys read Ordinary Gods. Great freaking book.
Yeah, you told me that before. Yeah.
For people who haven't read Walking Dead, read it. It's good. Obviously it's good. Basilisk has been good.
Yeah, that was a good read.
What else? ENIAC has been good. What else do I have over there?
I mean,
it's just where it's at.
Yeah, besides the obvious, something's killing the children. It's been hot. People's been, the Department of Truth, Nottingham. We always preach about Nottingham. Nottingham is great. By the way, Nottingham is out there digitally because I saw it on,
Yeah, thanks, Diamond, for fucking me out of my Nottingham books.
Really, damn. Shout out to Diamond. All right, guys. But Nottingham, I think is concluding next week, guys. That'll be a read that we're gonna review next week. I think I'm gonna read it during the weekend, so I can keep the memory fresh, man. If I can.
Nice House on the Lake, another good read.
Nice House on the Lake. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other one. Yeah, The Last House on the Lake.
The last? No, it's not.
Is it?
It's Nice House. No, it's Nice House on the Lake.
It's Nice House. It is the last house, but it's a nice house on the lake.
I'm thinking the last house on the left or right or whatever it is. Yeah.
But yeah, man. Overall, indie books, it is where it's at. Man, it goes to show that, man. The big two, man, keep you, stay on their toes, man. Step it up. I mean, I know that Nice House on the Lake is a Black Label book, but that's more indie. That's more indie to me. I consider that, I should say, more indie than anything.
That's what I thought at first. I was looking for it through indies.
My man Arsene said, not for kids, but good story. What you talking about, Willis? You know what I mean? So yeah, guys, man, that's our review of this week, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned tomorrow to Friday's FOC, guys.
Yes.
We'll post it tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, guys. All right. And besides that, man, I got anything else to say, man?
Nope.
Nah, that's it. Bye. Peace out.
Shit.
Yo, stay tuned for our show on Sunday too, guys. At 7 p.m. Eastern here, guys. All right. If you're new to this, make sure you like, subscribe, guys. And so you can stay notified and stay updated with with our stuff, man. With our content, baby. All right. And shout out real quick, man. I got a $5 super chat, man. Yo, I'm late. Just made it home. Shout out to my brothers. I was wrong about Loki. Shaking my head. What the fuck, Marvel? LOL.
Yeah.
Guys, y'all already know, man. Stay tuned for Coffee and Comics. We'll talk about it, man. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be 9 a.m. Eastern, guys, on Home of the New York Warriors YouTube channel, guys. So stay tuned for that one. All right. Besides that, man, I guess I'll check everybody in the flip side, man. Listen, I don't know if Thoro's doing a chop up later tonight, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for that too, guys. And everything else we do. You know what I mean? So besides that, man, everybody have a good night. Enjoy your weekend, man. Later. Peace.